hmm This beneficial interest, a right or expectancy in something. Yeah. See, I have a right and an expectancy that you're going to enforce the law. Now, for example, a person with a beneficial interest in a trust receives income from the trust but does not hold legal title to the trust property. This idea of sending an email, yes, and then saying, "Well, it's from Paul." Most of the emails that I send, my name is on the documentation. Yeah. Let's say I sent you a copy of this criminal complaint. Yeah. My name is right there. This is the Department of Licensing, my driver's license number. This is not my address. Does Mike Van Proyen have a beneficial interest? Well, let's see. I want to sue him, and I want to speak to his wife. Now, it could be that he is paid to interfere with the function of government, yeah, and is complicit in the kidnapping of my sons because he never wanted me to have Benjamin, Maximilian, Deacon, Bishop, or Zachary. And he doesn't want me to have Maryland, yes, Rachel, Christine, Aaliyah, Garrett, and Timothy Joseph. And then there's that adopted daughter that we never talk about. Now, thinking about it, okay, Commissioner Baston, you issued a protection order, temporary protection order for 48 days. Yes. State law says that you can only issue it for 14 days. Does Commissioner Brent Basden have a conflict of interest because I'm going to sue him? Yeah. And the Mormon denomination for approximately $80 billion. Yeah. Now, he might have thought, ooch, excuse me, that as long as he continues to violate the laws of the United States, his interest in, yes, Mormonism, gives him justification for doing what he's doing because it's in the best interest of the Mormons that I don't sue them. Now there's the issuance of the order of protection. Yes. Where you used a forgery of a non-existent employee. hmm Where you served me in the Swim Public Library. Yes. Where you did not give me any notice of the court hearings and the petitioner didn't acknowledge it. And then you did it in such a way, yes, that all the library patrons could witness it. Then you served somebody other than myself, and I've asked you who that person is, and you've never told me. Now, I have an interest, okay, the object of my human desire, that you return my sons to me so that I can sue you for conflict of interest because I made it absolutely well known, yeah, to all those Mormons that I was going to sue for every piece of property that they have ownership of. And if they wanted to buy them back, I make them a special deal that they could buy all of it back in 5 years, or I'd sell it off for whatever I can get for it. Now, I know. As a president of the Mormon denomination, Brent, did you think you were doing Mormonism a favor? You know, this collectively, yes. Aggregation of rights, privileges, powers, and immunities, yes. Distributively, it refers to one's rights, privilege, power, or immunity, yeah. Now, collectively, the aggregation of the rights, yes. If I look at Brent Basden's involvement in the issuing of protection orders, right. And then there's a big question. Is this the actual initials of the ex officio superior court clerk, KM, or maybe there's somebody else that has the initials KEM? Then there's the wrong fax time. There's no actual notice of hearings. My sons are in the wrong grades, and they're in a school district that tells people that I'm crazy. Now, you interfered in the function of government. Now, maybe you want to talk to the coach. That was the coach. Why don't you just give me my sons? Interfering in any governmental function with the intention of kidnapping children, abusing them, and obligating Neglect, yes. Mm. Now, I would think, yes, that without me actually reading whatever this cyber stalking email was, yeah, because I didn't email Coolsina Brennan, yeah. Now, I have a beneficial interest in a lot of property, yes, trusts in the states, those that might have died over the last 7.5 years that I was going to sue. I'm thinking I have an interest in a lot of the individual estates of citizens that are in the family that came the money, yes, so as to interfere with the function of government. Oh. Now, does anybody know where my grandmother Eunice Condit is? Yes. Did she really die? What happened to her assets? Where's her estate at? Because I haven't seen it probated and no one's notified me of where all her assets went. Now, I'm thinking, okay, that I have some real interest in knowing the truth about everything that I've talked about. I have some property interest. Yes. I'd like to put some liens on it. Yeah. Liberty interest, an interest protected by the due process clause of the state and federal constitutions. I have a little liberty interest. Yes. Fundamental rights. Yes. Now, this interest in the protected due process clause of the state constitutions and the United States Constitution, I wanted to have the freedom to be able to travel. Yes. And to do that, I'm going to need my 5 sons. I'm going to take them with me. Then I'm going to ask Marilyn. I'm going to say, Marilyn, would you like to do some health treatments together? I know she's white, but I want her to have some very defined tan lines after we get done with our health treatment so that the whiteness is offset by the tan that she receives because of the weatherization.